What's going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a major winter storm, a potential massive severe weather outbreak, or tornado outbreak possible in the plains. I'm going to get all of this done in your forecast. So starting off with our NWS hazards, you can see we have those red flag warnings for portions of Texas and extreme southwestern Oklahoma. This is because we have an elevated fire risk. And the SPC did note, or the Storm Prediction Center did note, this may get upgraded to a critical risk. It did not, which is actually pretty good because we don't want fires happening. But we have those blizzard warnings in the Sierras, and this is the first time since 2005 we've had blizzard warnings in the mountains north of Los Angeles. And then we have actually some winter storm warnings in the plateau of California and on the coast, ranging all the way into San Francisco and up north into Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon, you guys could actually see some good snow from this system. I wouldn't be surprised if some areas saw locally upwards of 3 to 4 inches of snow in some areas east of Portland. Now, we have those blizzard warnings and winter storm warnings that extend back through portions of Maine, and those ice storm warnings that extend from eastern Iowa through extreme northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and southern Michigan. Now, this is going to be a pretty impactful event, so I'll show you our snow totals. As you can see, we're expecting. Now, this is on top of what you already have. You could probably see locally in southern Minnesota and Red Wing, Minnesota, those areas. On top of what you already have, you could see locally up to 14 inches. Now, from this system, we are expecting some very isolated areas in southern Minnesota and southeastern Minnesota to see upwards of 30 inches of snow. That's about 2.5 feet, so that's definitely going to be significant. Now, we don't just have a potential for snow. We have a potential for a major ice storm. And this is why I have got to show you guys this. Now, this is on top of what you already have. Everything about this current storm is on top of what you already have. And we're not talking about severe weather anymore for this system, but we did have a slight risk earlier. But the sleet on top of what you already have, you could be seeing locally up to 3/4 of an inch to an inch of sleet in southern Wisconsin, south central Michigan. Then you can see your freezing rain totals, and remember, this is on top of what you already have. Big freezing rain totals for southern Michigan. It says the max freezing rain is 1.5 inches. I wouldn't technically consider that right, but we should definitely take that into consideration. Also, on the ice storm chart, this would be ranked as about a level 3. Some isolated areas in southern Michigan would see a 4, which is very strong. Power outages could last many, many days. Currently, I'm sorry I can't show you this. It's on my second computer, but we do have locally about 80,000 people without power in Michigan, and that's going to continue throughout the next couple of days, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it top over 100,000. So we need to be aware of that, you guys. Now, in terms of severe weather, it's going to be active. This is what we have today: a slight risk for portions of southern central Illinois and southeastern Missouri. This is mainly driven by wind, a tiny percent chance for tornadoes, but we did see a bunch of tornado warnings earlier, so I'm a little bit surprised we didn't see that upgraded to about a 5% risk for tornadoes. It would still say be a slight risk. I wouldn't. Now, guys, I just want to tell you, I'm not saying this is what you're going to get right now. This has passed. Now it's just mainly heavy rain and strong winds moving through Indiana, through the Ohio River and Mississippi River Valley. Now, this is what I'm really concerned about, you guys. We could be looking at a potential massive severe weather outbreak and potentially a tornado outbreak. You guys, I need you to be aware of this. And like I mentioned in my last video, I said you guys need to be aware of this. And I said that since they had just issued it yesterday, I said you still have a potential, but you still need to take that into consideration. And now you guys, for western Oklahoma, extreme southern Kansas, and northern Texas, you guys need to take this in consideration. If any of you guys live in places like Enid, Oklahoma, El Reno, Woodward, Wichita Falls, Childress, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, and Lubbock, Texas, you guys need to be aware of this storm. It's going to be very significant, and and honestly, I would not be surprised if this got upgraded to a moderate risk tomorrow or for day 3. I don't Now, guys, don't ask me in the comments, is this going to be a high risk event? It's probably not, but I honestly do predict a severe weather outbreak coming in this, and I do slash am predicting right now this tomorrow to get expanded, and then I think on day 3 we'll see a moderate risk. Now, I just want to tell you, I'll note in my next video, if the Storm Prediction Center ever says a categorical upgrade to a moderate risk will be likely, I'll tell you guys if that's shown there. But this is a lot of confidence from day 5, and yet I just want to tell you guys, this risk was issued just yesterday, so this is a lot of confidence. And actually, the people in the Storm Prediction Center are going to see severe thunderstorms. They do not live in the enhanced risk, but their building who they issued what they issued this, are just outside of the enhanced risk zone. So if we take a look at our GFS model for the dew points, this is for our current storm. I'm just gonna slide that out of the way because that's not our storm that we're gonna be talking about in this video. But the models have been looking more concerning. Yesterday, because it got upgraded to an enhanced risk today because those dew points are shifting more west into the severe zone and they're getting higher. So you can see mainly inside of the severe zone, 60 to mid 60s. So that's got strong dew points, and it's got pretty significant instability. Earlier we were seeing a lot more instability. We're seeing some areas upwards of about anywhere up to about 2,000 joules, 1,500 joules to 2,000 joules. That's what we were seeing earlier, and that changed, which is good news. But it's not good news because it's been shifting west and the conditions are shaping up for tornadoes. I'll show you our wind for the supercells if we see any stuff. And you can see this is going to bring some strong surface winds for sure. You can see inside those supercells, inside those lines, winds up to 50 miles an hour. I know this is going to be an impactful event, and if any of you guys live in this prone area, you guys probably need to either, if you guys are under a tornado warning, you guys probably should take shelter. Actually, just kidding. You guys would need to take shelter. And I just want to tell you, if any of you guys live in this, you guys should definitely be prepared. And this is why I'm concerned for the potential for tornado outbreaks. Well, a tornado outbreak. You can see that this wind shear is going to be just roaring in the atmosphere. Like, atmospheric winds at 850 millibars, 30 knots all the way up to 65. And that's going to interact with the 850 millibar jet stream. And you guys, you have to be aware of this because I know this is the millionth time. If any of you guys live in this, I need you to be aware because I want you guys to be aware. I want you guys to stay safe. So if any of you guys live in this prone area, then you guys should probably take action. Also, this video is sponsored by Ryan Hall, y'all, and go check out his channel and his extra channel, Ryan Hall Extra, and also from his shop, go get a NOAA weather radio so you can be woken up when a tornado warning, flash flood, or like an ice storm or any of those kind of warnings. It'll wake you up. And actually, now they have stuff for people with disabilities. Like if they like if someone can't hear, it'll have like a massager that basically wakes it up. It's like a beeper slash massager thing, and will wake you up it you have a tornado warning in your area. And I think this will be a pretty strong and impactful event. This will definitely, and this is like something you definitely don't see in February. This is something you see in like late April and May. This is like a springtime plain severe weather outbreak. And just so you know, guys, remember this video is sponsored by Ryan Hall, and yes, Weatherwatch Connor, if you guys know that channel. And I'll give you an update tomorrow, and check out my extra channel because I'm gonna be doing a video later today. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing, liking, and sharing with your family and friends, and bye.